Interesting that they call this thing a dickermax. I mean, do you think maybe they are compensating for something? You wanna run that by me again? Oh. There it is. Painless was time. Here's something that you should know about warthunder. AV tanks. AV tanks, they have really strong armor, and sometimes a really powerful gun to boot. And it's basically every World War II tank that's wet dream. You have the KV-1, the IS heavy tank, you have the Jumbo, and even the Tiger. But here's something you should know when playing War Thunder. In whichever battle rating a heavy tank is in, there's always a tank destroyer or a light tank in the same battle rating or lower that does not give a shit about the thing's armor. And this is the one that's available for Germany. This is the dickermax. This is basically one of those vehicles where you have a really powerful cannon at low battle rating, but then there's always like a catch or a compromise. And that compromise is pretty much the reason why there aren't that many people playing this thing nearly as much. And the reason is you don't exactly have armor in this thing. And the worst part is that you don't exactly have mobility either. Even at long ranges, a lot of tanks can easily punch right through this. 30mm upper front plate right here. Like sure, maybe a long range is a bit hard to hit you because of the small profile, but still though. And even so, it really doesn't take much to take you out either, because it doesn't even have to be armor piercing shell, even high explosive of any kind. High explosive, heat, bomb shells, artillery, rockets, you name it. This thing is gonna get overpressured pretty easily. So yeah, you literally have no armor whatsoever. Unless of course, you come across an enemy and they decided to shoot this for some reason. But yeah, the compromise for having a really powerful gun is that your armor is really not looking too good. And the worst part is that, as I mentioned earlier on, you don't exactly have a very good mobility either. I mean, you can go out to 20 kilometers an hour, it's really not too terrible, but at battle rating 3.7, there will be a lot of tanks that can probably beat these 2 times over. So the true pride and joy for this thing, as the reason why it's at battle rating 3.7, is the firepower. This is the 105mm K18 cannon, which if I'm not mistaken, this is actually supposed to be like a bunker busting cannon. And of course, as the 105mm goes, this is the shell that we'll be using. Now, when you start this thing off as stock, you don't really have to worry too much about needing to grind too much, because one is that it's right here. So once you get the improved parts and improved FPE, you can just go straight for the upgraded AP shell. But anyway, this is the shell that we'll be using, the armor piercing cap ballistic cap shell that pans up to 187mm of armor at point blank, and has a really good angle of penetration. And here's the even scarier part. Should the round actually penetrate, doesn't matter if it's an awkward position on the enemy tank, that guy is not going to be alive for very long. As you can see, you have 215 grams of explosive mass. Yeah, it's not going to matter where you hit the enemy tank with this shell. And you don't exactly have a machine gun, which is unfortunate. So my advice is, in case you come across one of those open top vehicles that basically has no armor whatsoever, because something to keep in mind, your shell fuel sensitivity is 19mm. So with that, I say bring a few high explosive shells just in case. And then the other aspects of the gun, you can carry up to 26 rounds of ammunition. I just say bring as many as you want, because one is that they are neatly compact in the back right here. So it really doesn't matter how many shells you carry more, you carry less, there's gonna be ammo back here. Doesn't matter which side either, because of how many shells are in each rack. It's still an easy one shot no matter where you look at it. Reloading rate, now this is the part where it's actually pretty scary. 10.6 seconds. Actually kinda seems a little bit long, but keep in mind that this is actually a pretty massive cannon. A very powerful and massive cannon. 10.6 seconds is actually kinda fast. Now granted, I am running expert crew on with maxed out leadership and weapon reloading, but even so though, the reload at stock is actually around only 13 seconds, which again is still kind of fast for something this massive. Horizontal guidance plus minus 8 degrees, left and right. It's not too terrible, but sometimes there has been moments where I wasn't really paying attention. and my gun was actually a little bit too far to the right or too far to the left, and I had to turn my entire tank. And then we have the pride and joy of this thing, the gun depression. You have minus 15 degrees gun depression, which is actually really, really good. With this gun depression, you can basically like position yourself in a way that covers most of your tank and only leave like this little bit up here. Then by the time they notice a massive gun looking at them, it's already too late. And finally, no gun stabilizer, but the gun doesn't really bounce too much for something this massive, so it's not really a big deal. And so there you have it. This is the dickermax, which is basically more or less a tank destroyer that you use at long range. This is not something I would actually cap with, even though the traverse, the whole turning left and right isn't really that slow. But even so though, I will not try and cap with this thing at all. Not with this thing's armor, not with this thing's speed, not with this thing's reload for close quarters, and definitely not with this thing being an open top. Like, this is literally asking for artillery to just land right inside. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about the dickermax. Now let's take this thing on to battle, and let's remind the Soviet vehicles that they are not as powerful as they think. Damn it!
Panzer, 12 Uhr, Entfernung 650 Meter. Ziel ausgeschaltet! Panzer, 12 Uhr, Entfernung 600 Meter.
Should have waited.
Getroffen! Ziel zerstört!
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
T-34 with the 50 kilogram shells. Nice.
Lara, 12 Uhr, Entfernung 750 Meter.
Oh, deviated.
Keep it up, the victory will be ours. Feuerbereitschaft. Ziel zerstört!
There we go.
Ziel ausgeschaltet!
There goes.
Russian Tooth Fairy has come for all your teeth!
I got you, homie.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
I am so sorry, Stuka. I didn't know you were going for that guy. Oh. Was there someone I killed earlier? Get off your high horse. That guy's coming back for me, isn't he? Ay, ay, ay. Come on, pick again. I know you won't. No balls. And he left. You don't see me. You don't see me, enemy planes. You are very stupid. You are made of stupid. Sorry, not sorry. You wanna run that by me again? Oh, there it is. Taylor's all this time. Oh, you suck. He's so mad. He is so mad. Sorry, not sorry. There we go.
Handgranate geladen. Thank you. Sprenggranate geladen.
Oh my lord, I don't know where's that shotgun.
Most of the strategic zones are captured. Sprenggranate geladen.
Fahrrad, 1 Uhr. Entfernung 700 Meter.
Ah, god damn it. We killed each other. Yeah, that's all this time. Oh my goodness. No, they didn't have it. Emotional damage. Every time I see the word severe damage, for some reason I keep thinking emotional damage, like, eh? Thank you for pressure. I got you, homie. Oh shit, I should not be here. You're not a Sherman. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy.
Attention to the map.
That is just mean.
Captured most of the strategic zones.
I am so sorry, buddy. It's not even the luxury version.